this woman just got out these 2 boxes, and I like Harry Potter, so I knew straight away these were Harry Potter wands. So I turn around and I just have a look and I go, oh, how much are your wands? And I think she said, I'm not sure really, I've got more Harry Potter stuff in the car and I want to kind of sell it as a bundle. And then you can see here, she just dumps this big bag of Harry Potter clothes down on the floor and goes, have a look at them. I think she said altogether it will be about £50 if you wanted it all. I had a look in the bag and straight away I see in here that all of these clothes pretty much have the tags on, brand new, and I'm looking at the prices. Some of them are like 55 brand new, some of them are like 65, 35. I thought, sure, let's buy it for £50.
So somehow that is my highest viewed short on this channel. That little clip has racked up over 200,000 views. I have no idea how that's happened, don't ask me, but I think a lot of you probably found me through that short. So welcome to this channel. I'm going to quickly go through all my different shorts I've made over the last few months on this channel, mainly around boot sale content, and I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of introduction, showing you the ones you might have missed, showing you the ones that you've seen, you're like, oh yeah, that's a great video. So with that done, let's go on to the next TikTok. Now this is a little clip that I caught of someone stealing at the boot sale. This got quite a few views, so let's play it out.
So this man right here was caught stealing at the boot sale.
Don't steal, yeah, well, don't come and steal.
Now let's just rewind for a second before I play the whole clip, just to give you some context. So I was just minding my own business at the boot sale. I just picked up these lovely little Olympic 2012 teddies, and then also on this stall, this woman had a PS2 for sale. And as I'm looking at these teddies, I think one guy came over, asked the price, and then proceeded to pick it up and walk away with it, because the owner of the stall said this.
How much is this?
£10 that is. Don't walk off with it, but you gotta stay here with it.
So after a few more minutes and I make my purchase, I walk away from this store and I hear a bit more of a commotion behind me.
Mate, you don't fucking steal. Don't steal, yeah, well, don't come and steal. Well, don't come and steal and make an excuse.
It's still a problem.
Yeah. And then he's fucking moaning.
Don't Boomerang, let him go. Let him go to discuss himself. You do that.
And right after that clip, you also saw just the carnage that the boot sales can be sometimes. Just people scrounging around, just trying to grab everything they possibly can. It's absolutely crazy sometimes. So about last month, I managed to find some misprinted wicked dolls. Now, if you don't know what this misprint is, you can research it yourself, but I was quite happy with this, and I've still got these. I haven't listed them on eBay just yet because I kind of like having them. So this is the clip of me finding those dolls, followed by another clip of me debunking a bunch of people in the comments saying you can still buy these in stores when you 100% definitely cannot.
So this guy just got out these rare wicked dolls, and straight away I had to check to see if they were the misprinted ones. Can I look at your dolls up there?
They are the misprint ones.
So if you don't know what this misprint is, it's a bit of a strange one to explain, so I'll let you guys look into that yourself. But all I knew is that these were obviously very rare to find because they got pulled from all of the toy shops as soon as people found out about this. So the next question was, how much is he selling these for?
They buy for 50 quid.
How much are you selling them for? So apparently they're selling for 50 and he wanted 25. And I had no idea about this, so I walked away and did a quick bit of research. And it turns out he wasn't lying. They're literally all selling from £50 upwards. So this was an easy double my money purchase. So I went back and picked up the 2 main characters straight away. But let me know below in the comments if you guys would have picked this up, and follow for more finds. The other day I made a video on this guy who was selling his misprinted wicked dolls. Can I look at your dolls up there? Now this video quickly became my highest viewed, and with that, the trolls came out. So here we had Tazka? We had Tazka claiming that B&M still sell these misprinted dolls on the shelves. So obviously I had to go to my local B&M just to debunk this. And after a few minutes of trying not to look like a weirdo filming in the children's toy aisle, I came across these wicked wands. Now this was the only wicked product that I could find here, and on the back, it doesn't even look like it has a website. So Tazka, you've been debunked. But oh no, that wasn't it. We had Rachel here claiming that Smiths still sell these dolls, so obviously I had to go to my local Smiths to debunk this as well. Now again, after a few minutes of trying not to look like a weirdo, I came across these Glinda dolls just hidden away down here. And after checking every single one of them, again, there appeared to be no website on the back here. So Rachel, unfortunately, you've been debunked as well.
I hope you enjoyed those shorts. I'm quite happy with those two as like a little two-parter. So now let's move on to some mystery bags I bought at the boot sale.
What is in these things? You going for that one? He's gone for a big one.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, your big adult mystery bag.
I picked it because it's big and I'm hoping it'll have something big in it.
Spin the bottle.
Brilliant.
£3 for that.
Is it worth £3?
£3.50.
Is it worth £3.50 though?
Probably not. At least it's new.
It is. It's taken.
For a fairly
medium weight.
A kid's one.
It's cute.
Oh, very nice. Money box. I've got some ladies' shoes, obviously shoes. I have to get the shoes. Skechers.
Oh,
Bench. Who won?
I mean, with Christmas coming up,
And keeping with the mystery bag theme, I'm just going to quickly show you a couple shorts that I made from my mystery box video at Comic-Con, where I went through and bought a bunch of different mystery boxes from different stalls at Comic-Con and listed them on eBay.
So first item was this USB-C charging cable, and it also has some Xbox/PlayStation thumb grips with it. So you can see here it's £6.50 on Amazon. I've listed it for £6 with a bit of postage. Next up was this mystery Yu-Gi-Oh little figure. This was quite a cheap item, only £3 brand new from other retailers, and I've listed it for £5 with free postage. Next up was this Overwatch notebook. I didn't even bother listing this because online I looked and there's a set of them for £7 here, so this is probably only going to sell for £2 at the most, so I didn't even bother. This next item is actually quite useful for me. It's a charging station for your PlayStation controllers. You can see here from the game website it is £13 brand new, so I've listed it for £10 on eBay. 2 items left now, and we have this Crash Bandicoot Nitro mug. Now this game is a childhood favourite of mine. I loved this game and I couldn't find it online anywhere, this mug. I assume it came from like a game shop, just like the charging station. I listed it for £13 with postage, so that makes it around $15 for this mug. I don't think that's an unfair price, but I went for this Nintendo mystery box right here because I thought Nintendo stuff is always popular. I'm sure what's ever in here will probably sell. So first up was this weird Mega Man plush doll. I couldn't really find a definitive price for it online, so I've listed it for £15. I think that's pretty fair. Next up was this metal Game Boy tin, so £12 on a site I found here. I've listed it for £10. Now this next item is probably one of the most like well-made ones that we have here. It is a Zelda candle holder, and it was made out of like heavy glass, so you know it's good quality. Couldn't find it anywhere online, but again listed it for £15, which I think is a fair price, and already we're not far off making our £35 back that we spent.
So with the mystery box section done, let's move back to that Harry Potter clip I showed you right at the very beginning, and I just want to show you some follow-up shorts that I made of it, where I've now managed to sell some of those items and show you guys the profit.
I still can't believe someone sold all of this to me for £50. We've got Sirius's wand and we have Fred Weasley's wand. You see here? Now this is all official Harry Potter merch from the Wizarding World website or the Harry Potter London Studio Tour. Here's Fred's wand. Don't know how well you can see that. Woo! I checked online and these sell brand new for $32, so I listed them on eBay for $25 with free postage. One of these has sold. Any guesses for which one? Sirius or Fred Weasley? Fred Weasley sold before Sirius's. You can see here this was from the Studio Tour, brand new, £75. I've put it up on eBay for £65. And I think I worked out that each of these items basically cost around £6. So really, this cost me £6 brand new with the tags. Pretty crazy, right? Next item, Harry Potter Goblet of Fire Potter t-shirt. Tags on, brand new. This is £35 new. I think I put this up for around $24.99. Next item, Gryffindor jumper. Again, tag on it, $55 brand new. I think I've got this up for about £50. Will sell eventually. We've got 2 items left in this bag. This is from the Studio Tour again. I think this is really cool. This was made in Scotland, you can see there. Brand new with the tags, £70 new. I think I've got it up for about $60. So finally, the last item, and this one has sold. And can you guess what it is? It's a, surprisingly, Fred Weasley Christmas jumper again, and it's actually going in international shipping all the way to America.
So that 100% was my best buy at the boot sale last year. I managed to turn that £50 into almost £400. So on that topic, let's go on to my best and worst boot sale finds of last year.
Biggest boot sale fails of the year for you guys, so let's go. So first up is this Xbox Skylander find. Now they wanted £5 for this, and it turns out online it sells for around £20 to £40. Fail number 2 was this old vintage board game. I didn't even ask the price of this, but they probably wanted £1. It turns out it sells for about 20. This next fail is quite a big one. There's this Harry Potter board game. Now if this had all the pieces, it would be worth around £25, but unfortunately I didn't check it when I bought it, and it is missing the dice and the tile. Now this one actually shocked me a little bit. I thought these would sell for way more. I picked up the sealed extended edition of Lord of the Rings on DVD for £1. Turns out it only sells for £6. Then I found these children's Pokemon books. Now they said they were £5 each on the back of the cover, so I thought they must sell for more. I paid £3 and turns out it's only selling for around £6. Next was this train 3D puzzle. The guy wanted £3. I didn't take it, but turns out it sells for £10. And then I found Battleships here. I picked it up for just £1, thinking this is an old vintage game from the 80s. It's probably going to sell for £20. Turns out it only sells for £10. So some pretty bad fails there. Check the video below and you can see a big compilation of all my boot sale finds throughout the year right now.
So that was also just followed by a little clip of the video where I go through and buy one item from every single store at the boot sale. That was just 10 items that I bought from that video. I thought I'd just chuck that in at the end there. So now I'm just going to fly through a whole bunch of different clips I got at the boot sale last year in the summer. So there's a whole range of different items that I picked up here. Enjoy, guys.
I've never seen like graded comics before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't afford them, but I'm just looking at them.
Yeah, no. Changed everything. In the box, that's £6. You see, I got lazy. Exactly. Thanks so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's just.
Oh, sorry, I'm just. If they have this little badge right there, you can see that means that it's probably worth a bit more than £1 or so. Basically, that badge shows that it's come directly from the Disney store, which obviously Disney teddies are like £30 brand new, maybe more. And the woman only wanted £1 for it. I thought, you know what, it's definitely worth more than £1. But this one, I guess, because it's Simba, is quite common. It only sells for around £5 to £10. Now, this store I thought was really cool. They were selling a bunch of like old video games. They've got Ghostbusters on VHS right there. I have no idea about this, but I've looked online and there's some of these that are selling for like £50 to £60. Now, I don't think this is the same as that. The kind of cover does look very similar. So if any of you guys know if this was actually worth anything, put it in the comments. The extended edition of Lord of the Rings Return of the King sealed. I thought sealed for extended Lord of the Rings, it's probably going to be like tenner at least. And she wanted £1 for this, and she also had the Fellowship, which was unsealed. But I picked them both up. It looks like Return of the King is only, to be honest, around £5 to £10. And obviously it's missing the Two Towers, which is the middle film. So maybe I'll see that at a boot sale one day and I'll pick that up and have the whole collection. You can see a bunch of board games. This one caught my eye because it kind of looked a bit vintage. The London Game, I'd never heard of it before. There was nothing on the back, and I opened it up and the pieces are all just a bit loose. And if it's not sealed, or if I haven't heard of the game to know actually what pieces are needed to play it, I'm always a bit reluctant to buy it. So I'd put this one down. So down there in that black box, you can see there's a bunch of different dinosaur toys. So a lot of them that you see at boot sales are quite hollow and light, and they're not really worth a lot. But there is one brand that is worth quite a bit. I'm not even entirely sure how you say this, but I'll put it up on screen now. Selic? I have no idea. So if you look at any dinosaur toys at the boot sale and look on the bottom of them, it will have that word printed on the bottom of them, and they'll feel pretty heavy. But honestly, some of these brand new are like £20 to £30. As I walked over to this store, I just saw that guy right there pick up Star Wars Battlefront on PS2. Which is interesting because I thought, oh, I just got here a second too late. That would have been quite a good little game to pick up. But I looked online and it's only selling for around £5 or £10. So I don't think I heard how much he was charging for it, but I imagine it was maybe £1. So that is a little bit of profit there. And you can see here, he also picked up Lego Dimensions. Now that only sells for about £1 online, so I don't know.
So another pretty cool thing I found last summer at the boot sale was an old vintage Thunderbirds playset. Now I made quite a few different variations of different type of shorts around me finding this, just because I was experimenting with what works and what didn't work. So I'm about to play out about 3 or 4 different versions of me finding this Thunderbirds thing. Let me know in the comments which one you think's the best. Personally, I really like the one where I put the actual ad of the old toy in the TikTok. I think that's really cool. Oh yeah, and I picked this up for £5, and I have actually managed to sell this for £45. So I made a £45 profit on this purchase. It's pretty good.
How much is this? The little Thunderbirds?
£5.
Yeah, I'll take that, please. Perfect. Thank you very much. And I spot this. So the guy literally just puts it down. It's the first stall of the day that I've walked past, and I go, oh, what's this? Now, I used to have one of these as a kid, and it's a Tracy Island Thunderbirds like play set, and this gave me so much nostalgia. And I stopped to have a quick look, and you can see here, I had all the Thunderbirds with it. It looked in pretty good condition, and the fact that it had a box swayed me very much. But at the time, I didn't really know how much they're worth. And the woman only wanted £5, and as this is literally one of the last boot sales I'm going to go to of the year, I thought, sure. And obviously, since then, I've had a look online, and these are literally selling for anywhere to like £40 all the way up to £70 with the box. So this guy just got out this rare vintage toy. So straight away I go over to have a look. And this is actually an old 2000s vintage Thunderbird Island.
With new Soundtech Tracy Island.
FAB, Virgil.
Another great rescue for Thunderbirds.
Now I'm sure there's a lot of you out here that probably had this as a kid a long time ago. But I didn't really know much about this, but I was definitely interested. So my first question was, how much do they want for this? How much is this?
£5.
Yeah, I'll take that, please. So for £5, I couldn't really say no. So I've since got home, listed this on eBay. It's sold for 45. I've dropped it off at the store, and that's a quick £40 profit for me.
Quite the variation there. So now I'm going to play out a bunch of little short form clips that I made around my £20 challenge that I did with my friends Marco and Imogen. Now this is definitely a series that I want to keep going on the channel. If you want to check out the long form version of this video, I highly recommend it. It's a very good video. I give my friends £20 and they basically go through the boot sale, see what they can buy and resell for more money, and see if they pick up more things than I do for the same amount of money.
Short free, take what you want.
So we were off with the clock ticking, and Marco somehow got off to an unbelievable start with a crazy deal.
Short free, take what you want.
Everything is free now.
Everything's free. Okay. DVDs. If they're free, I mean, you would get something. I mean, yeah. We'll do that.
Alright then, I won't be too long.
I went the wrong way.
I literally can't believe that. I've never seen a stall at a boot sale where people are just giving away items. Pretty sure that's not how boot sales work. Anyway, while this was all going on, I wasn't off to the worst start myself. How much are your Converse? Get those, please. How much is your canvas thing as well? It's quite cool.
I'll do that for £3 if you want it.
I was also very tempted with this Lego canvas that you just saw, just because it's so unique and obviously Lego is so popular. I'd never seen anything like it. However, it did look a little tattered on the back, and it's also just so big and bulky to post something like that. But £3 wasn't the worst price. I imagine you could have flipped it for like £15.
Sold loads of those trains.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, about 20 of them. I was trying to sell it as a set, really.
Oh yeah, you've got loads of it, haven't you?
Yeah, but the man wanted just the trains.
Oh, I see. Fair enough.
Maybe I shouldn't have done.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will still take it. There's lots of track and stuff, isn't there?
What do you think? How much do I sell it for?
I have no idea. No. I don't know. Maybe like 20 altogether or something? I don't know.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. It's 20 quid then?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
But
it does work. Someone took the lead today.
Oh, really?
I don't know where it went, but they took the lead. I don't know why they would have took the lead.
Yeah, it is very strange. I can leave that one. Well, maybe I'll come back.
Smart move. I always tried to stay away from electricals just because you never know if they're going to actually work. £5 isn't the worst price for that Xbox, considering they sell for around 25 online, but I kind of got a strange vibe from what he was saying with a wire missing. Not really sure on that one, so smart move to pass that up.
Now I made a few different shorts around Harry Potter books last year and how you can tell which ones are worth money and which ones that aren't. So let's watch those now as well.
I just want to talk about Harry Potter books because you see these everywhere at boot sales, and obviously if you can find a first edition, they are worth thousands. This is Chamber of Secrets I picked up here, and the way you tell if it's a first edition or not is you open it up and look a couple of pages in and you'll see this page. Now at the bottom there you'll see it has 10 to 1. That means it is a first printing of this book. But if you have a little look further up, you'll see it says this edition was first published in 2002. Chamber of Secrets was published in 1998. So this basically means it is a first edition of a 2002 reprinting of the Chamber of Secrets, which probably means it's not worth very much. So I put it back down, but I just find it interesting having a look at this really. So here you can see is the Philosopher's Stone on another stall. So this is the most valuable one. If you can find a first edition of this, you will be making a lot of money. But anyway, I had a little look in at that page again, and you can see here, this has 50 to 45. So this means it's the 45th printing of this book. And if you look up, it's got 1997 and there's no later copyright. This is an original Harry Potter book, but it's just the 45th inline printing of it. I've had a little look online since then. People are selling for maybe the 20th print up for around 10 to 15 pounds.
And also last year I did a couple different seasonal charity shop videos, so I'm going to play those out. They're basically challenges where I try and decorate my house around a holiday, so like Halloween or Christmas, and I buy different bits from boot sales and charity shops and try and decorate the place behind me here.
Christmas glasses. We didn't pick these these up, but I just thought it was worth showing. They're pretty cool. I didn't ask the price or anything, but obviously Jordan down there is in charge of what we buy today. And she saw this little wreath down here, and there was this cool little Santa where you can write how many days till Christmas on each day. She rummaged around and picked up I think 3 items here, and we asked the woman how much, and she said £5 for the whole bundle. We got a wreath, which is about £14 on Amazon. We got some little star Christmas decorations. They're £8 on Amazon. Now, they're not exactly the same as this. I'm going to say it was probably closer to £5 online. And we also got a big advent calendar where you sort of fill it with items that you want yourself. Now, here's a similar one online I found for £8 again, but I'm going to put this down as £5 online. I challenged my girlfriend to a spooky Halloween charity shop hunt. I had this blank space in my eBay profit videos, and I wanted her to spice it up. So I gave her just £15 to go around some charity shops and decorate this the best she could with what she finds. We found so many random and creepy items that you just wouldn't see in your average retail shop. So the budget was spent, and it was time for her to get to work. And honestly guys, you won't believe the results. I think she done such a good job. Check out the full video and the results on my channel. There was this cool Santa mug, which was like a mug and a bowl together, which is really cool. There was this official Disney Eeyore mug as well with a little Santa hat, but it was £5, which would be a lot of our budget gone. But having a look online since then, this mug is actually £20. There was another little Santa boot mug here, a little Christmas teddy, and a little gingerbread man egg cup. There was honestly so many items. There was this weird like star hanging thing. I don't really know how you'd explain what this is. There was some little candle holders and mugs. Back here there was a Santa card holder that folds down and you can put your Christmas cards in it. There was another candle holder here as well. Honestly, there's just too many items. But anyway, after a little bit of debating, Jordan finally decided on, I think, 4 items from this shop. So she obviously got the Eeyore mug, she got some little candle holders, she got that card holder for £1, and I think she got that weird string thing that I still don't know what you'd call it. And we ended up spending £10 in this shop. So that is now £17 of our budget spent. But the online cost with that £20 mug and a couple of other bits that I've rounded up and down here would take us to around £66. Saw this cauldron right here. This was £6. This was quite a big bit of our budget gone straight away. But we held on to it and had a look at some other stuff. You see in here, there's loads of Halloween costumes and bits and pieces. I actually picked out this trick-or-treat bowl, £1.50 brand new, and they had it up for £1. We had a long think about the cauldron and we just thought we can't blow almost half our budget on it already. Cool pumpkin mug, £2 each. And the one on the left there is actually Sainsbury's home brand. And I think it was about £5 new. So again, that's over half savings that we've made. And when you're saving money like this, it doesn't seem like much at the time, but it does add up very quickly. And then right next to the cauldron was actually this thing, which is pretty interesting. You can see there it's like a ceramic spider pot that you can put all your sweets in. Again, this was £6. Jordan was set on this sword. I don't really know what she's going to do with it, but it was only £1. I think she just wanted this frog for herself, but she said it was spooky. And then she tried to convince me to get this thing, and I was like, no, we can't get that. That's your budget gone. So we got quite a bit of stuff from this charity shop. I can't remember the exact figure that we spent in this shop, but I've got the receipts, so I'll put that up on screen now. And in between the 2 charity shops, I did notice this painting, and I thought, oh wow, that would be perfect. And unfortunately, it looked up in the top corner at the price. £850. A little bit out of our budget, unfortunately. We went to 2 more shops and found absolutely nothing. So I was thinking, oh no, maybe we should have bought the demon doll. But hey, we had 1 shop left to look at and we had about £6 or so left. So I was hoping we find something good.
And very last but not least, here's just a very quick series of shorts that I made very early on in this channel when I was first starting it up, about just my day-to-day routine, about how I clean up shoes, put them on eBay and post them off. So here's a little series of that I made.
So come with me and let me show you a day in the life as an eBay reseller, part 1. So this weekend I had 6 sales. You can see here, this is me just collecting them all and piling them up ready to package and post. So I mainly have a lot of shoes that I put on eBay, but you can see right here I have a cool vintage Risk board game that I got from the bootsale for £1 and managed to sell for 12. Next up are these vintage James Bond cards that a friend gave me. And then here are just a couple of pairs of shoes. We got some New Balance, some Converse and some Nike running shoes and 1 more box of New Balance. So this is my packing process here. You can see the New Balance are already in a box, so I didn't bother bubble wrapping them. Next up is the board game, and this is actually quite awkward to pack because it's so big, but I just thought bubble wrap it and put it in a giant poly bag again. And now we have the shoes. So I like to put these heel to toe just like this and a little bit of bubble wrap. I just put them into a medium-sized poly bag and then put the label on top like this. And then finally we have the James Bond card. Now this is actually a bit fragile because it's all plastic, so I put it in a fair bit of bubble wrap. And then here I have an old Amazon box and I used the paper that it came with to just make sure it's nice and secure. Follow and share for part 2. This is part 3 of a day in a life as a part-time eBay reseller. So this is just how I list my things. So I like to tuck the laces in here, and I literally just take pictures on my phone like this. I like to do front, side-ons, close-ups, and then the all-important close-up of the size label. So how I find out how to price my items is I put the pictures I take on Google Lens, and it basically brings up all the related pictures to that. I actually struggled with these shoes because they're a vegan leather. I think they're kind of a bit more harder to find. So you can see here $83 in America, which is all I could really find. So I'm going to try and sell these for about 70. So you can see here, this is me just pricing up. I paid £11 for these on Vinted, and I'm just working out my profits, adding it to my list. So if I sold these for 70, which is maybe a little high, I would get around £55 back. And you can see as I was doing this, I actually got an offer for some more shoes, £39 for some gazelles. And then finally at the end of my day, you can see here, I just quickly threw together a TikTok to go onto my socials. And yeah, that is my day done. But I managed to make £180 this weekend on these sales. So I will take that and put that in my savings account. Follow and subscribe for more updates. So come with me and let me show you a day in the life as an eBay reseller. So now here you can see me just getting out of the car, and I basically post everything through InPost, which is great. All you do is scan the label and a little door opens and in your parcel goes. You don't have to talk to anybody, which is great for a millennial like me. So now that's all done, and after a bit of lunch, I now go through and clean up some shoes. So if you don't know what I do, check out the videos on my channel and it explains more in depth. But basically I get my shoes for cheap on Vinted, clean them up and put them on eBay for more money. So this is just my cleanup process here. You can see they're a little bit dirty on the bottom here. So that bowl is just warm water and washing up liquid. So with a little scrub brush, soak it, and then I start working away on the soles and the sides of the shoes to clean them all up. And then you have a little toothbrush for those more stubborn, like little bits of dirt that you need to get out and work a bit harder on. And you can see here the difference between the left and the right. So the left is just a bit more yellow and the right is nice and clean, which is what you want when you're spending £40 on some new shoes on eBay. So now we're going to jump to the evening because I went out for a little bit for the rest of the day and only managed to get this one pair of shoes cleaned up. This was a pretty busy Monday. To buy in this. So this is Miami Vice. 32 discs. I sort of learned that collections do well. So I saw this, woman took it out. She said £4. I think I got it for free. Looked online and this actually sells for around £40 to £50. But Miami Vice, £3 into 40. They are all there. I don't know if they play. We'll find out if someone tries to actually watch all of them. I guess because this is more of a niche show from the 80s, and it's got so many seasons, it's a bit harder to find online, so people will be paying £40 to watch the whole thing. I also got Lord of the Rings. I really like Lord of the Rings. Actually, all of these are sealed, which maybe buy this. Sells for like £10. There's a bit of profit there, but not much. But hey, I will take anything to get on a holiday.
So that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave you with one final short that I made very recently about club cards and shopping at Tesco's, but hope you guys enjoyed this. If a lot of you guys watch the long form stuff and don't actually watch the shorts, I'm sure this is probably very interesting for you guys because you might not have seen some of these, but you may have seen some of the longer videos. If you only watch shorts and have just clicked on this, make sure to subscribe. I do a mixture of long form and short form videos around boot sales and all of that stuff. But thank you for watching this far, and here's the final short of the video.
Is the Tesco Club Card a scam? I'm hosting a Super Bowl party tonight and I wanted to grab a bunch of snacks for me and my friends. So I challenged myself to get them from Tesco's and only buy items on the Club Card price to see how much I could save. I grabbed about 15 different items, from drinks to crisps to frozen pizzas. I scanned all the items and spent £29 and 25p. But can you guess how much I saved? Pause the video right now and comment. So I saved a grand total of £12. Do you think this is a big saving or not? I think I could have saved way more if I just bought the off-brand products.